seemed like every time you got the deficit to 10 or 8 or 7, Carolina got a basket or a three. What was the biggest issue with that in the quarter, especially on three-pointers?
Well, when you dig a hole that deep, you're going to be climbing uphill the entire game, especially against a team that plays with that pace offensively and in transition. So for us, we weren't able to keep the ball in front. We tried a couple of different coverages, but they were able to get downhill. And then we lost vision off the ball at some of the three-point shooters. And then when we did have vision and close out correctly, we ended up fouling three-point shooters. So, something that we have to definitely look at and address and try to get better. We've got to contest the three-point line better without fouling. And then, we got to get a better start. We got to get an overall just better start defensively. I know we missed a couple of bunnies, a couple of layups, a couple of dunks. Early on, those things are a bit deflating, but at the same time, it was the proper way to play. We got the kind of the shots that we wanted, just didn't convert them.
Great. Like you said, the rebounding, I think Carolina had 10 rebounds before you guys had your first. What do you chalk the rebounding up to? It's kind of the second straight game where it's been tough for you guys.
Yeah, we gotta get better. We gotta get better. We gotta get more physical. We gotta go after it. I think that rebounding is an isolated, personal, individual thing, and we can drill it all day. But at some point, somebody has to say, "I'm going to go get it." And that's the area we've got to continue to work on. That is 2 games in a row.
Kip.
Yeah, Kip Coons, press box for you. Ron, the Carolina does not rebound the ball particularly well, and they don't shoot threes particularly well. They did both exceptionally well today. Was that because it was not in the scouting plan to contest them as hard, or why were they so open on it, especially on threes?
Yeah, well, I don't mean to disagree with you at all. I'm sure you've done your research, but Carolina has been shooting the ball really well. Jalen Withers in particular has been having a fantastic stretch. So contesting the three-point line was definitely, part of the scouting report. R.J. Davis has been a prolific scorer in this league for a long time. Guys like that, they have the opportunity and the ability to make shots. We didn't close out correctly. Carolina's talented. Their guards are good. Some of the shots that they made weren't wide open threes. Some of them were at the end of the clock, one-on-one kind of separation, step backs. The best that you can do is contest and try not to foul. The times that we tried to, be a little more aggressive, you see what happened. We ended up putting them at the at the free throw line after trying to contest a little harder. So, I think that they are a pretty good shooting team. I think they're pretty good putting the ball on the floor, getting downhill. And, I think that they did a really good job going after rebounds and getting some second chance points.
Nathan Waters with the Virginia Pilot. What do you hope an experience like this is like for guys like Robinson and Kofi and the Duke game as well? What are these young guys learning in these tough ACC games?
Yeah, well, the truth is that there aren't many freshmen in the country getting this level of experience. To be, at the Dean Dome, playing a high-level game as a first-year guy. Most schools are compiled of transfers and upperclassmen, and I think that these guys are just going to get better and better because of it. You see the roller coaster in the first-year play. Guys that have a good game, they have a bad game. That's usually what your first season campaign is like. So I do believe that they're really going to benefit from this, as they move forward in their playing career, their second and third and fourth years.
You don't want to get off to a slow start anywhere, but when it happens at home, you have the crowd behind you can help you get. Is it particularly costly when it happens on the road against a decent team?
Yeah, it's really costly when you get off to a bad start offensively on the road. Contrary to that, when you get a really good start, you know that the team is going to make a run because they're at home. So what we have to do, we have to convert those easy plays. As it's 2 games in a row where we've missed some high percentage shots at the rim, in the first half, and the game is close, and all of a sudden you get that separation. Our line isn't very wide. Our line is pretty thin. We have to make sure that we execute at a high level and do things well. We can't tinker too far to the left or to the right. We have to be sharp. We have to be right. We have to know our coverages. You see some guys out there, one guy's doing one thing, one guy's doing another. I'm not sure what they're thinking about in the huddles or the timeouts. Or, again, this is just the experience or the lack of experience between some of the young guys.
Time for 3 more. Thomas, then Brady.
Yeah.
For the first time since you faced Memphis in December, Andrew did not have more assists than turnovers. What North Carolina do differently to sort of let him be a playmaker?
I don't know. I know they pressured the ball. I think some of his turnovers were casual. Andrew's been playing really, really good basketball. He had to play extended minutes today because of Ames' foul trouble. When you get fatigued, it impacts your play. We're asking Andrew to do a lot, asking him to guard sometimes the best offensive player, and then we're asking him to run a team. That's a load, and not a lot of experience behind him. So when he doesn't play well, we do struggle a bit, but he's doing a fantastic job. And today was a little tougher because he had to play more minutes than in the past.
Great. Yeah, IMAC went over the 1,000-point mark for his career today. Just what's he meant to you this season? Everything that's happened while Tony's retired, you need a veteran guy to be around and be a leader for you guys.
Well, first of all, I'm thrilled for IMAC. That's a great landmark, as an athlete, to break the 1,000 points. IMAC is such a key figure for us. When he doesn't, play well, we struggle. So it's important, and he's done a really good job of carrying that load. He gets the best defender. We make it tough on him. We saw him today. They were holding and grabbing. I know the refs can't call every foul on that, but he gets the best defender on the opposing team, and yet he still shows up and produces. So, really, happy for him, and he means a lot to this program. Right now, he is the face of the program.
Okay, last one, Kip.
Yeah, Ron, kind of following up on IMAC, in the second half, it looked like he was having difficulty finding open looks, especially open threes.
Yeah.
They moved a bigger guy onto him. Was that part of the problem?
Possibly. Our thing with IMAC has been, if your superpower is shooting the ball, then you got to have something else that you go to when they take that away. And it's part of his game where he's going to continue to evolve. He tried to attack the basket a little more today. Something that he has to work on, maybe creating his own shot off the dribble, not just shooting further shots. But we got to keep screening well for him, and he's got to keep hunting shots. And again, IMAX has to do a lot. Again, he plays a lot of minutes. He's got a guard also. So us not being the oldest and most mature team, when you add that level of competitiveness, athleticism, fatigue into play, it impacts your play. But proud of his efforts. Like, one thing about IMAC, he doesn't quit. He just continues to play hard, and he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. So my responsibility is to make sure that I continue to encourage him to shoot the ball, play confident, and identify what you just said, and maybe that's an area that we can better prepare for his future.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.